Welcome to this episode of Your Property Business, the video podcasts that help you get the most out of your own property business.
Of where most people get to in their goal setting and, intentionally setting out their actions, really.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've got that. So they know they want to go skiing 3 times, twice a year, and theatre trips and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And that, where do you take them from there? How do you get them to a different place now?
So then what I do is I sit down with people, and this is a little example here.
Yeah.
So we get a pen and paper, and we divide it into 4 quadrants.
Okay.
And then the first one is have, H-A-V-E, have, do, D-O, B, B-E, and then give. So these are what I call the 4 goal setting quadrants.
Okay.
So this is where you want to write, and it doesn't matter what you put in the list there. So the have is possessions. So this is where you want to write possessions. So, for a lot of people it might be a new car. A lot of people have never owned a brand new car, so it might be a brand new car. It might be a better house. There. You see, a lot of people are limited to their beliefs because it's related to their income. So they say, this is what I earn, so this is what I can achieve in my life.
Right.
So yes, I'd love to have a brand new car, I'd love to have a big house and all these sort of things, but because I'm never going to achieve that in my job or my income, whatever, so their goals and dreams are always repressed there. So this now, because you're looking at property, this could be a way you can achieve it. So, and it's quite interesting because when I sit down with people to write goals, do you know what? If they can come out with 6 or 8 goals, that's quite impressive.
Okay.
And most people, do you know what, struggle to write 6 goals.
Because they don't think about it quite as often as maybe they should.
Well, yeah, but also when you were at school, what were you told? You're told to do well in your exams. Why? Because you're going to get a good job.
Yeah.
Who do you know that's got a good job? Who do you know that? Oh, I love the salary, I love the income. I love the people I work with, I love the location, I love the college, and everything like that. That's a good job there as well.
Yeah.
So they don't teach goal setting or being an entrepreneur or doing something different at school because that doesn't fit into the system, and that's fine. The system is for people to get into work so they can earn a job and then they pay their taxes and as well. And it's interesting because it's not until later life, generally people in their 30s and 40s, and then they might get to the top level of their income there, so they've had promotions or moved up jobs, and then it starts to level off, and that's where they think. Because if you look at the average age of somebody that comes along to your property meeting for the first time, it may be like 40, 50 years old, something like that. I mean, you haven't got very many youngsters at 20 that come along to the PIN meeting say, hey, I want to be a millionaire and make a load of money there as well. So people go through life and then they get to that sort of midlife stage and then they start to look outside as well.
Yeah.
So, so putting things down on the list, it might be golf clubs, clothes, conservatory. I mean, there's things I put down here.
It seems that this process kind of flips on its head, doesn't it? It says rather than start with the income and what can I get for that, it says what do I want.
That's the thing. Because
ignore how much it costs, right?
Yeah.
But what do I want?
Yeah. Because what we're going to do with this, you've got to decide what you want. Then, and we'll talk about this in a moment. Then you apply. What does my property business need to look like to be able to do this? And what happens is that people go the other way. So people say, "Oh, right, I'm going to go buy to let, and I'll buy an HMO, and then I'll do this. I'll have one up north, one down south, one here," and they're all over the place, and they end up with a sort of mishmash, and they're not really achieving. Whereas if you can do this first of all, you know exactly where you want to be. Then you apply your property strategy, because what you want to do is to get from where you are now to where you want to be the quickest possible way. You don't want to be going around the houses, you want to get from there to there quickly as possible. That's the thing. So if you know where this is, then you can apply the correct strategy to be able to achieve that.
Makes sense.
So have his possessions in there, do his activities. So, like I was saying the other day, we went to Elton John and stuff like that. So you might want to holidays, visiting friends, you might live sport, you might be into football, then you say, do you know what, I'm going to travel around the world watching all games of the World Cup or whatever, rugby's on at the moment, you want to go that, or motorsport, I've been and watched a lot of motorsport in different countries, so you might be into that. Or fishing, you might be, do you know what, fishing, I love fishing, going carp fishing in here in Norwich, but you know what, I love to go to France or I go to South Africa fishing, or wherever it might be there as well. So do is activities that you want to do. And then B is where it's where you learn a skill. So that might be either you want to become some, you might say, well, you look like a lot of people that come to the PIN meetings. As they get into property, they want to learn, say, for example, public speaking, because they want to stand up in front of people and then share their knowledge. And that was one of the things for me. So I went on public speaking courses, so I talk at your meeting, and I talk at a lot of other areas as well. So public speaking for me was the worst thing. I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Now, I stand up at your meeting and you wouldn't have thought it. I love it. I stand there all day chatting away, So that might be something there, but it might be you want to learn a skill. You might want to learn a musical instrument or get better at something as well. And then give is where you give time and money to good causes.
That's interesting.
So I think that's the thing is people, become more successful. You have more time in your hands. You think, I can now donate time to a good cause, or I can give money to there as well. Brilliant. So there's the four quadrants, and it doesn't matter what you have there as well. So for example, I used to have a lot of stuff in the have to do. Now I don't. Mine's now into the do and give. So you will move around quadrants there. The other thing that's really, really important, particularly if you've got a partner or a relationship or children, is to get them to write this as well.
Right. Yeah.
Really, really important, because if it's all for you, you can get resistance from a partner. Oh, you're out doing this property thing, well, there was as well. But if you say it's for us and we do it there, that then brings them in there. And then, I've got to go to a property meeting. And then the kids said, oh, yeah, but we're going to go to Disney. Get out the door, Dad, go to the property meeting, come on, because we can make the money and go to Disney. So it's very important to include loved ones in what you're doing.
That's excellent.